compulsively all the time. That is to say, we talk to ourselves. If I talk all the time, I don't hear what anyone else has to say. If I think all the time, that is to say, if I talk to myself all the time, I don't have anything to think about except thoughts. And therefore, I'm living entirely in the world of symbols. Therefore, if you meditate for an ulterior motive, that is to say, to improve your mind, to improve your character, to be more efficient in life, you've got your eye on the future and you are not meditating. Well, meditation, when correctly done, has nothing to do with all that. It's a kind of digging the present. It's a kind of grooving with the eternal now. The place where it's at is simply here and now. If you simply close your eyes and allow yourself to hear all the sounds that are going on around you, just listen to the general hum and buzz of the world as if you were listening to music. Don't try to identify the sounds you're hearing. Don't put names on them. Simply allow them to play with your eardrums. It's all just sound. And if I am talking to you right now and you're doing this, don't try to make any sense out of what I'm saying, because your brain will take care of that automatically. You don't have to try to understand anything. As you hear sounds coming up in your head, thoughts, you simply listen to them as part of the general noise going on, just as you would be listening to the sound of my voice, or just as you would be listening to cars going by or to birds chattering outside the window. So look at your own thoughts as just noises. And soon you will find that the so-called outside world and the so-called inside world come together. They are a happening. Your thoughts are a happening, just like the sounds going on outside. And everything is simply a happening, and all you're doing is watching it. It's all just sound. The place where it's at is simply here and now.
Alrighty, what is up, guys? Thank you for joining me today. How is everybody doing? We are in this nice little scalp right here. I don't want to show you guys the stop loss or nothing just yet, at least until we hit first take profits. So we'll just keep it down there, keep it a little bit hidden. Should be okay. Might have the first take profit a little bit too lenient because we may have a reaction off of here. Just trying to get kind of a good, kind of R&R ratio, risk reward ratio. So yeah, let's see what's up, guys. Luxury slips. Yeah, for this one, luxury slips, I think I'm just gonna take 50% out. This is nothing too crazy. Like, it is high leverage, high position, but it's all within risk management. In terms of like where the stop is, it's nothing too crazy. But yeah, what's up, MBF? And guys, always appreciate, smash the like button, share this with everybody. But yeah, it looks like we're gonna pump more, so this could be a nice trade. And shout out to Crypto Bullzone, who had a really nice trade in the last night, a nice short in the VIP Discord. So me, Crypto Bullzone, and Lanacor all have been doing incredible in there, and really appreciate them. Shout out to them. So check it out down below. Don't want to show too much, but yeah. 22 minutes looking pretty good, trigger wave. So everything's looking pretty good. It's one of those just kind of standard unless we get hunted here. It's kind of standard, sideways market kind of jumps right now. So yeah. And yeah, well, probably the thing, when you go into, I'm trying to, the spiral line, it wasn't popular. Yeah, there's no spiral line over there. So we do have a local, before I kind of get into the macro analysis here, we do have a local kind of area right there, 250, kind of a local area. So maybe I'm being a little bit greedy, but I think we're going to come up to these areas. That's what I'm thinking, this next kind of pocket right there. Based on the jump, I mean, you may get a trigger wave on the 4, so it's looking good. I mean, it's looking good. I mean, no promises ever in life, but I like how it's looking. So yeah, let's get on to a little bit of the more macro analysis. So Gareth Soloway uploaded a really good video. Shout out to Gareth Soloway about, he's kind of talking about this historical area right around here. This morning he was talking about, I think what Powell said. He's talking about a lot of good stuff. Check him out. He's one of my favorite analysts. Amazing analyst. I think him and Ben Cowan are doing a show together too. I watched it one of the times. Great. Very, very, very educational. And right there, and then this area. So look, I mean, I was talking about, as CryptoFace was talking about, potentially coming up to 37, 38K right here. And it's absolutely still in the cards. We got to break above where we are right now. We're still kind of in the, I guess, bull pennant kind of thing. We're in the range, and we're in this kind of range. And, if you lose kind of, I have it, I'd say if you lose more of here, you lose 20 Atlantic Core. We were talking about this yesterday. Atlantic Core was saying too, if you lose 29.9 right here, that's where it kind of gets a little bit hairy. I mean, you tested it there. That would give you a technical target more downward. You see, that would mean we'd come down to 29.2, and then after that, there's not much. You have volume area high. I mean, there's not much until you really get down to back to these points over here. So that's ultimately what we're looking at, kind of right now. And then coming up right there, yeah, 30. So it looks like we're going to get a jump up, hopefully. What was I going to say? Yeah, so that area, and then if you same thing. We just did that kind of technical target upward or downward right there. And then kind of what may end the fun here, obviously you got the trend reversal on the 3-week. If it's like this, we would easily probably come up to 37, 35, like that. See, with the trend reversal sign, and then bam, came up a little bit higher. That's what we're looking at potentially right there. I think one of two, it's either going to be, you come up to 37, then you have a pullback, or come up, or have a pullback right here. I would kind of rather probably have a pullback from where we are now, just so I could, because I'm really excited to get into alts when we do, come back to hopefully, mid to low 20s, a few months, September, October, as we've talked about, being the really good place to probably get into altcoins. And that's where, that's probably the easiest way, in terms of not needing to know too much, technical analysis, not needing to be really study this or put in too much work. You still have to put in work, obviously, but that's one of the areas where you could buy and hold for a couple of years and get those really big gains. And that's ultimately what I'm really waiting for my HODL portfolio. I mean, obviously right now, looking at I just want to show you guys like ETH big, or Matic in general. First thing that comes up, we may break down out of this. It is looking, the odds of coming up, breaking above 30K here have been getting lower, I would say. It's definitely not out of the question. I think J. Powell kind of, saying that there could be back-to-back rate hikes kind of messed us up a little bit. So that's what we gotta really keep in mind here. That's what we could kind of keep in mind here. So, what are we gonna look at? Oh yeah, so let's look at ETH Bitcoin, then we'll look at the DXY. We're going a little out of order today of what we normally do. This is what I'm thinking in terms of if you look at the 12-hour, 2 more ELXs, it's usually at least 4 or 5. So, and then if you just look at the short term, we're still just showing no strength against Bitcoin. So we're really seeing that reckoning here, like we saw in 2019. And I'm thinking we're at least going to go down to 0.05. Now, I don't know if we're going to break down, hit this technical target at 0.03, 0.04, that area, but absolutely possible. I'm hoping it would be nice if we just dumped down quickly, and came down. Bitcoin comes down to, I think if Bitcoin comes down to mid to low 20s, you could get down here for ETH. You could absolutely get down here for ETH, and then that's magic place to kind of start getting into ETH. So hopefully it happens sooner rather than later. Everything points to September, October for that. And that's kind of what I've been really, looking at September to October of this year for really the last year or more. I've been talking about that, that potential, that area. So it's kind of a patience game too for, more the longer term stuff here. But yeah, let's look at the Dixie. So what I think, based on what Jay Powell said, if they do raise the rates, you do have a trigger wave on the downside. This worked out better than expected. We did not confirm a blood diamond here. It's still in trouble. Like, I would still give you that. Like, the Dixie is still in trouble 100%, but you're getting kind of that reverse head and shoulders, so there may be some hope here. Daily coming into the green. I mean, you've been range bound for a while here. You've been range bound since December here. It's been, it's been 7 months, 6 months, that kind of area. And if we do, we're going to need to come up or come down. And if you come down 98, if you come up, it's probably going to be back up to 106. That's what my guess is. And yeah, I mean, ultimately, if we look at traditional markets a little bit here, I think that, is it down on the day? Okay, we're kind of choppy, but yeah, that red dot, I think we could see somewhat of a pullback pretty soon for the S&P 500 for traditional markets. NASDAQ really freaking, that 15K is like that big point, double top from there. I mean, you should at least get some type of some type of drawback here, I would kind of guess, or being close to it. Big area, big historical area right there, there. So it's a place where price respects. And then if we look at what I want to look at, we could look at the VIX. Garrett Saul was talking about the VIX being very low, hitting very low historical lows. I mean, this was in 2017, game low, but we zoom out here in the monthly. I mean, this area, and then obviously that recession was in 01. So, but I think the market wasn't too good in the later part of that area anyway. Here was 08, and then so you're due for some type of volatility. I mean, that was pandemic over there. You're due for some type of volatility, I would say. So I do think there's going to be a decent pullback for traditional markets within the next 6 months. Like, I'm kind of thinking by the end of the year. And if we look at, let's just look at ETH right now. So ETH, you're forming somewhat of a kind of head and shoulders. You broke down out of this volume area right here, this 30-minute volume area range. And you do have a technical target at around 1826. Technical target out of this head and shoulders is going to be at around 1801. So short term, I mean, like Bitcoin, I think we could get some more relief here, absolutely, with the trigger wave about to happen on the 22. What's up, Steven? Let's see. And 20. Do we get the? Yeah, we're getting that trigger wave right now. So we'll probably see this. Hopefully, we'll see this jump up a bit more on the stream, which is most likely what's going to happen. Obviously, you need good risk management. This trade may not, nothing's 100% in life, but I'd give it a good shot. 70, 80%, if not more. That pump up a little bit higher here, 30.3 is what I'm looking at, kind of. So, yeah, what's up, guys? Appreciate you guys, NBF. But yeah, appreciate you, Steven. Are you new? How long have you been watching me? Appreciate you, man. Really appreciate you. I just appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Theta, yeah. So the thing for a lot of the alts is just, it's like, you're getting that bull div. It's going to be, if it's not this green dot giving us the bottom on a lot of these alts, it's probably going to be the next one. You know what I mean? It's probably going to be like later this summer, September or something, October, if we do see that other jump down. The problem is, it's like, kind of what I've been saying is, it's like, if it can't start outperforming Bitcoin, what's the point? I mean, you're getting okay, this one didn't work out, this one didn't work out, this one didn't work out. I don't know if Theta is that great of, I don't know if I like Theta too much overall. Maybe I'd put a little bit in it. It's definitely not one of my favorites, but everything points to kind of August, September. Everything points to August, September here. And then Cardano, Bitcoin. I think usually you get those 4 yellow X's. I think you got a little bit more to bleed against Bitcoin. I think you're going to make a higher high, though. That's what I think. I think you're going to make a higher high. It may be just a few more months. You need that, because this next green dot's probably not going to be the bull div, but the one after in September, October, that's what you're really looking at here. That's what I think. And that's, the reason why I talk about it so much is because, I have such a big like Bitcoin holding now that I want to try to allocate that into ETH and altcoins when the time is right. And I mean, I'm really glad that, I started probably during this drop down over here is when I started getting into Bitcoin, and then been DCAing in a lot, since September, September a lot since kind of a bit at 16. I stopped for a little bit because we came, based on strategy, came back into the grid in the 2 week, and then I've been lately in the mid to high 20s. And then now we're down, 50% against Bitcoin here. So, this will reverse at some point. Will probably reverse at some point. I mean, it's probably going to follow. Look at that pattern. Probably going to, you come down back to these areas, you're probably going to, excrementally outperform Bitcoin. August BlackRock ETF initial decision. Yeah, that could be. I don't know what to make of that, really, man. Like, August BlackRock ETF. I gotta read more about the ETF stuff, but I mean, it's bullish in the long term, is what I've always said about it. This stuff is very bullish in the long term, but in the next few months, I don't know if it really. Yeah, I think it's kind of already priced in. Bitcoin bullish div on 6-month time frame. So I don't normally look at time frames that high, but we could absolutely look at it right now. Let's take a look. I gotta go on. What is that? What are you looking at, man? I don't know. There's not enough data, bro. I don't know what you're looking at there, man. This has been the worst kind of 1, 2, 3 right there. So that means this January, that means we're going to have a good first half of 2024. Most likely this last half of 2015 could be, or 2023 could be in the red, I would think there. But yeah, you're in the accumulation area. You're in the accumulation area, and we're almost about to hit first take profit here, hopefully. This is almost one I want to not take less than 50% out of, but I mean, ain't nobody ever went broke taking profits. And then render I've been keeping my eye on. So a lot of these too, I mean, if you just break down from that 250, then you're coming down to 120. This is a good one in terms of some fundamentals, but we got to see what happens into September. I mean, this could come back to here into September and bleed a hell of a lot against Bitcoin, so we got to be careful with that. Bitcoin has a bullish version. Oh yeah, I already read that one. Man, it's kind of like, yeah, we're almost coming July, August, Man, it depends. It depends what happens here. If we could just, the real question, I can't answer it too. It's hard to kind of say, obviously, is kind of, do we break up higher from 30K or do we reject from here? And it's tough. I kind of see both things happen. I mean, the weekly looks not bad. Money flow coming up. I mean, the 2-week green dot, I mean, that's the bull case, obviously. I mean, I wouldn't discount those, but you do have the 2-day coming down with the VWAP. You got the daily, trying to come down there. Money flow coming down on these time frames, and you're getting bear divs, guys. You're getting a bear div right there. That's a nice bear div on the 10 hours. So yeah, and I mean, our buddy, I do have if you guys are interested in the Discord, I mean, I do have a nice trade setup for this guy here. A lot of people are trying to short this though, so be careful. You may be paying fees, but I am in a short for this guy. No outcome yet, but could pay dividends if you're patient enough with it. But yeah, a lot of people are trying to short this, so I'd be careful. Overall, it's a small position, but sometimes, like Peppy or some of those setups at the tops there. So yeah. Let's see. So that was Bitcoin Cash. I want to look at. I looked at the Dixie. I want to look at gold and silver, which are seeing a pullback, and I think, kind of as I've been saying, guys, I expected these to see a pullback into the summer. Generally, with everything else, I think they will hold up better than traditional markets. I think they will outperform traditional markets, but yeah, I mean, I could absolutely see this coming down farther, maybe to 18 something here. It's a slow mover, the monthly. I mean, nothing looks too great on it at the moment, so yeah, maybe some short-term jumps. Gold SPX, I think is, I'll actually look at gold SPY. We're at that point. That was in April of 19, where that's interesting because you had that drop down and then you outperformed. So we bottomed out against the S&P 500 for gold in December of 21. I mean, if you, ooh, this could be interesting. Yeah, so if you're like that, I mean, we're kind of at that general area. I mean, I think this generally could keep going up for some more time. Litecoin. Yeah, let's look at Litecoin. This one's weird, very conflicting. I mean, you got the trigger wave on the weekly right there. 2-day is about to give us a trigger wave to the downside. I would lean with what history has done and lean with the blood diamond and lean with what happened over here. I don't know if we're going down 65%, but I would lean with history, guys, and I would think that you got a good shot of coming down a bit for Litecoin here. Especially the 2-week too. I think, I mean, if you did something of this nature, I mean, macro analysis on this is not, you know, December, wait, let's, yeah, okay, from there. Everything points to September, October. Everything points to September, October, so. Yeah, I mean, you got that trigger wave. I don't know if that's just a fluke here. I mean, maybe if Bitcoin keeps pumping up above 30K, this will continue to ride a bit, but I think that no matter what happens here, we're going to be left in the dust of Bitcoin. Could be kind of ignorant on Litecoin, but has the halvening happened yet for Litecoin, guys? Do you know? I believe it did, right? That's looking good right there. 30, almost about. Okay, everything's looking pretty good. Beep. Let's take a look. I don't know, beep. Oh, are you joking, or is it like, I don't know, there's no, let's see. Somebody wanted me to look at XRP. Yeah, let's look at XRP. So right here, I mean, you got this pattern. It's like we're in a simulation. Look at that. I mean, and then, you know, look at the blue triangle, this area. And then we came down, trend reversal. I mean, gap to our size right there. My estimate, everything points to September, October. Everything points to September, October. Everything. When in doubt, September, October. I mean, yeah, that's same kind of, I mean, a little bit longer. That's December. I mean, it could be more prolonged, but ultimately, start September, October, I think. You know, DCA in until April, I think that's kind of the golden pocket for alts. I mean, sure, some of them will bottom out before them, maybe even against their Bitcoin pairs before them. But, you know, I mean, what's the point if it can't outperform Bitcoin? This is just prime real estate for Bitcoin. And I think the other thing, too, I think we really gotta wait until JPOW, like, pivots, or not pivots, but, like, pauses and doesn't have intentions to raise anymore. We could see back-to-back raises in July and August. I mean, don't tell me that's not going to hurt the market. It's going to at least have some, you know, hurt on alts. I mean, maybe Bitcoin could kind of survive it, but yeah, I mean, But yeah. Yeah, I don't really look at the real small caps. Sorry, man. It's just like it's not that I'm calling you out, but there's just too many people, too many scams and pumps and dumps and stuff. Um, let's look at ICP. Yeah, let's look at ICP. I want to look at ICP. ICP is like one of those that like people have shown interest and talked about this like all the way down. But having said that, I mean, it does look a lot better on the weekly. Some of these do look not bad on the weekly. If you do get the bullish div here, yeah, I mean, it could be potentially the bottom here. We're almost there potentially if we could confirm that. However, so let's say Bitcoin rejects hard from 30K here and we're back at 25K before we know it. Where's this guy going? Probably a lower low. That's the issue there. So we got to wait for that weekly. But I don't know too much about ICP. I think there might be a decent shot for the long term. Other thing too is the Bitcoin fallout. You're not going to get a bullish div yet, so all roads point to September. Just like in 2019, guys. Just like in 2019, all roads point to September. Now, what's going on with our Bitcoin? Bitcoin long right here. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Got to confirm that. So, oh, man, this would be a shame if we fit $40. Below first take profit. I think we're okay, though. But yeah. Total 2 versus Bitcoin, all roads. Well, this road's a little bit shorter, but I mean, depending on how you do this, September, that kind of area is huge right here. There's not much to latch onto other than here. I mean, look at that, 13. Well, no, it's more about the technique. It's more about the technique, more about the strategy. Like I know if this gets stopped out, there's going to be like this setup normally works. You know what I mean? I know there's going to be other setups. Money flow coming up on the 22, money flow coming up on the 16. I mean, a lot of things look completely fine here. So yeah, I mean, nothing goes straight up or straight down. I mean, it's normal to come down a bit and then come up more. So yeah. And then come up here. What's up, G Life? Appreciate you guys. Nice turnout today. Let me know what you guys want me to look at. Any questions? Feel free to ask. I try to answer everything the best I can. So yeah. Let's see here. So I mean, it's like a Tesla too, which is interesting. I mean, that pattern, you didn't get the red dot, but like that trend reversal and then red dot, we could come down a bit for Tesla, I think. This is like, I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, Powell raises next month. He raises more the month after. Like, can these really keep pumping in that environment? It's going to be tough. I mean, they were able to pump when he was raising 25 points here, but I don't know. Maybe we'll start to catch up. It's awesome, luxury slips. Yeah, it's a lot of a psychology game. I mean, trading full time could have a lot of, especially in a market like this. I mean, let's be real. Like I knew an Uber driver. Well, I had an Uber driver who actually made hundreds of thousands of dollars in like 2020 and 2021 trading full time, and then he had to go back to doing Uber because he lost it all in 2022. But so yeah, I mean, it's a lot, but. It's not impossible. But yeah, Bitcoin price analysis. Yeah, well, we could look more. You probably just got to. We could look more at Bitcoin. We'll look at Engine first. So Engine, I believe, is NFT or gaming, right? It's something metaverse. This one looks better in a lot of other things. Yeah, this one does look, the weekly here. I mean, some of these could have bottomed. Some of these absolutely could be a double bottom. I think, but it's like the question is like, if Bitcoin rejects from 30K here, does this make a lower low? I think it absolutely can. But if it doesn't, Bitcoin pumps up to 37K. Maybe this, it could have some life left in it. 2 week, I think if it's not this green dot, it's going to be the next one. September, October. If it's not this green dot, it's going to be the next one that's going to probably mark the bottom for this. Unless, I mean, obviously anything can theoretically go to zero. I don't know that much about Engine Coin. I'm not an expert on Engine Coin. Engine Coin versus Bitcoin, you don't have the green dot yet, but you're getting close. Thing with this is if we come down quickly here from 30K, it may take longer for this to confirm. It may take longer for this to get the green dot. So be careful. And everything just keeps, if you go back to your, if you want to be more rational, look back at your like ETH Bitcoin chart, and that's just like falling off. You know what I mean? That's just falling off right there. Oh, enjoys the first time one. Oh, that's interesting. ISO coins are officially right. Okay, good. That's cool. It could be bullish for them. There's QNT. I don't know too much about QNT. Quaint. Confirms in 7 minutes. So yeah, trigger wave's not bad here. I mean, you should be able to jump up most likely. I mean, nothing goes straight up. But in terms of let's do a little bit more like macro analysis. Like some of you guys were asking, like how did I? Oh, wrong chart. Let's go on the Bitstamp chart here. I encourage you guys to watch Garrett Soloway's analysis video this morning on like all the markets. That was like very good. It was a good shout out to Garrett Soloway. I've been trying to get him on. I emailed, I sent him a DM on Twitter. He's like, I didn't get your DM. I gotta tell Garrett Soloway I want to have him on as a guest on the channel. Tell him to shoot me a DM on Twitter. Yeah, I mean, it's just this point's just so huge right here. I mean, you got the bear div too, so I think that technically, yeah, it is a bear div. Yeah, technically a bear div from back there. So, I mean, there's a decent case. It's a little hard to say, guys. I mean, you're going to get another bear div here too on the 2-day. I would say once you get the one on the 2-day, especially with money flow generally coming out here, that's where it gets more bearish. That's where it definitely gets more bearish. Short term right now, I'm hoping the scalp works out. We come up a little bit. But it's okay too, because I have other trades in. I mean, I got a swing short on Bitcoin Cash. That'll hopefully, imagine that's the only thing. Everything crashes, that just pumps up. Oh man. And then there's another nice trade I have in on ETH, more of a swing trade. So some of that's going to take time to play out. A really good and tested strategies for that. So, Foxify trading platform. Yeah. So I was on the podcast for the, for Alice who, does it. I haven't, I don't know too much about it, man. Like, I haven't used it too much. I don't know too much about it. I've been meaning to make some time to research it, but it would kind of be a disservice to you guys if I gave you, like, an opinion on it. I'm sure, like, I just got to do more research on it, but passive income NFTs, tell me more about it, man. Tell me more, or link us to a video about the passive. I'd be curious. I don't even know what that is, a passive income NFT. 8 minute. I appreciate you, Matt. Appreciate you guys. So yeah, let's take a look at the 8 minute. Yeah, I mean I mean if you zoom out here, yeah, the 8 minute would be kind of bearish, but you can't just look at the 8 minute to make, it could be like that, you can't, that's the 8 minute doesn't mean, Hey, I'm looking more on. Yeah, you gotta know your time frames that you're looking. I'm looking more on this. The 22 I like. The 30 is about to get that trigger wave. The hourly could even give us a bull div relatively soon. So that's what I'm looking at. So I mean, I don't see any reason to. I mean, usually, like, the thing too that I've gotten kind of sliced up on a few times in the past is just closing out the trade, you know, when you're in the red for no logical reason, then it comes back. I mean, yeah. When September comes, do we DCA weekly through 2024? So, do you think we will go sideways for 2024? Yes and no. Not too Red Monster. I mean, I think when September comes, I think when you start DCAing in, you're going to get a big dopamine rush within the next what is it, 4 or 5 6 months into the halvening, into around the first half of that. You're probably going to get a nice dopamine rush into the halvening. And then after that, I think you're going to have a last dump down after the halvening to shake out a lot of weak hands. That's my guess. So in terms of the DCA strategy, I'll just show you. The easiest thing would be to probably show you total 3. Well, let's do total 2 versus Bitcoin, because this is probably when I'm going to start DCAing into ETH as well. See right here, let's say, you know, it's probably going to look something like this, what's going to happen. And this will be a longer DCA, you know, area. If you did it like this, that's a longer DCA area. That would go out until April. Oh, geez, I didn't even realize. Yeah, that'll go out almost to the next kind of bull run there. But the sweet spot here, let's draw it again. Let's draw the sweet spot. Where was the sweet spot? Sweet spot was May of 2020 from, you know, September of 2019. So if you get where these, let's do it from where these started turning kind of, ideally we'd want something like this, where these start turning green. September to May. About, what is that, September, October, November, December, that's 4 months. And then May is another 4 or 5. So it's about 8, 9 months. 8, 9 month DCA period. I think that's going to be pretty golden. So yeah. I still have Billy Bob. I still have that in. I still have that long in on a different account. I use different accounts, man. I still got that one in. It's on a diff. I have 2 FAIRDESK accounts actually. So, yeah. I have a lot of trades right in. So, I mean, it's more about just waiting. You know, once the market breaks up or break down, it'll make money if you're just patient with it, you know. Yeah, that was a good question, Red Monster. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, these Heiken Ashi candles a lot of times don't lie. I mean, we've had so many red. Look at when we turn kind of green here. And the thing too, in that I was DCAing in when it happened, but the thing here that, you know, maybe I underestimated a little bit is look right here when this turned green. That was a nice place. Pretty good area. You know what I mean? Pretty good area. When these turn red though, and this could be the first month where it turns red, that's where you may come down a bit more. That's where, I mean, I don't know where you're going to end up. People get all, you know, sensitive when you make any, you know, educated guess on where it could happen. So I'm not going to tell you, but I do think, you know, this would be a 300 weekly moving average. Low 20s do seem like a large probability. So yeah. So confirm in 26 seconds. So this could be a good, so you came down, this could be still a pretty good entry point for the scalp right here, especially if we do get these trigger waves. But obviously nothing's ever guaranteed. So yeah. I mean, he's got that technical target down. Thing too is like, so if we estimate, I was talking about this on the stream. Microcaps renders one I'm keeping my eye on once it really dumps down a lot. I'd have to like do more research on that though. Off the top of my head, it's a little tough to. Stacks maybe, or was it Slacks? I forget. But let's say this comes down. Let's say ETH comes down another 40% against Bitcoin. So that means Bitcoin does 40% better than Bitcoin does. Or it's like a Bitcoin E. Can I look at it? Is there? No, it's not even. crashes 40, does 40% worse than Bitcoin. Let's say Bitcoin comes back to, I don't know, let's just say it comes back here, like in October, September, comes back to like 20K or something. I don't know. I have no idea. But let's just say that's 30% down. If you add on, so 30% down and then 40% worse, so 40% of 30% would be 12%. So it would come down, I believe ETH would come down like 42% or something from where we are right now, theoretically. Let's say ETH comes down 42%. That's double bottom, which I think is absolutely possible. If you're looking at that, that would be the case for that too. Reversal right there, drop down. I mean, it could be like this. If we go up to, 37K or something, that's it's probably either going to be like this, and then you have some type of correction, or like that. It's most likely the most two logical outcomes. Maybe just like this. Maybe. I mean, that's kind of like, I know you should never say best or worst case scenario ever. It seems like, but that kind of seems like a logical thing to think right now. That seems like a logical thing to think. And I mean, I've talked about low areas. It looks like a lot less likely now. We've talked about possible low areas, Armageddon stuff. Probably not going to happen. Probably not going to happen. It still could. Anything can happen. Probably not going to happen, though. This area right here. That trajectory downward. And now you're almost invalidating. Invalidating that 22-minute kind of thing right there. We'll see what happens here. It means nothing until it confirms. Yeah, Dogecoin, let's look at Dogecoin. Sure. All roads point to September, October. I don't know I don't know if it's going to go that low, man. I don't know if it's going to, you got a technical target down there. I have no clue. I mean, it does look pretty good in the weekly. I'll give you that. But I mean, this was a bull div. I mean, these were all kind of bull divs, I think, right? Actually, hold on a second here. That's a bull div. That's interesting. Maybe Doge get some relief. I don't know. Don't know. I think you're going to come down farther for Doge. That's my opinion. Swap, nice double bottom. Okay. It's a big place. It looks like AVAX in a lot of ways. Right there is such a huge area. I mean, you got that reaction and you have the bull div, so could be the bottom for this guy if it does survive. I mean, Uniswap's a little, I mean, whether or not like this would survive. I don't know if the fundamentals are the best for this, but I mean the utility for this, but yeah, a 2-week too. I would keep an eye on this, but yeah. What amount of 27T you get? What do you tell? What's 27 TMC? 27K. I don't understand. What's 27 T? We looked at XRP already. I could look at Phantom, sure. RSI is coming up. Yeah, I mean, you're getting, a lot of these are getting, that's not a bull div technically. Yeah, not technically a bull div. I don't like the 2-week too much for that trigger wave. I'd say this looks a little bit worse than some of the other ones that were hitting such major historical support. I don't think it's going to freaking, unless you're really, I mean, anything can happen, but I don't think you're going to go down another 90%, go to zero here, but yeah. What amount of 27 trillion? Oh, I don't. Oh, for total? I don't know. That's a tough question. I mean, it's not even close to that. That's gonna be tough, man. I don't know. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while for it to get that high, I think. I have no idea. Um, Appreciate you, Red Monster. Appreciate you, man. Really appreciate you. Did you find me from Paul Barron? Who did you find me from, Red Monster? Really appreciate the super chat, man. Shout out to Red Monster. Shout out to you, man. So now we're gonna 1 minute bull div. Yeah. I gotta read more about it, man. Maybe I'll start like I told her I would read it. Yeah, I'm just so busy with so much stuff, man. You know, we're working on moving over the new course, but I just got so much. I'm planning my trip up to Connecticut. Oh man, you should see all the way. You know, I'm working on my shoulder every day. You know, physical therapy type stuff. You know, I'm just my plate is full. We're doing so much analysis in the Discord, man. I'm trying to work on a new like mini course, not really a trading course. Well, like more of a long-term trading course for you guys too. That I think is kind of I got to get this done soon because we're almost to the point where it's time to buy altcoins in a few months. But to get into the altcoins and DCA out and convert it, kind of the strategies I talk to a lot. I want to put it into like some inexpensive like kind of mini course to serve as a nice guide for it. But yeah. Um, Frankie Count, what's up, Brett? Are you new? Appreciate you guys. Yeah, just curious because I've been doing this for a while. I'm just always curious how you guys found me from. I know the majority from CryptoFace. I mean, Jason Casper, I've been on. Tom Crown, I've been on. That was a while ago. Shout out to Tom Crown. Paul Barron, a lot of people have. You're 8:30 and 4:15. Yeah. Keep those a secret, Alif. Keep those a secret, man. We don't want too many people knowing about those. We don't want too many people knowing about those. Yeah. Let's see. Is this sarcasm? Bear smash whiplash. Is that a real indicator? Disinflation, yeah. That's what I think too. The Fed raising rates. I mean, we don't know. I'm just thinking, historically. Let's go, pump. Just gotta start yelling. That's how you get. Just gotta start yelling. Favorite altcoins. Oh man, there's a lot. I mean, I'm planning on buying 20 or 30 of them, man. Like, but in terms of big caps, like big boys, like Cosmos, Chainlink, AVAX, I like. Dare I say, Solana and Cardano, I think will do well. I think some of the caps smaller than them may do better. Matic, I'm probably going to get into at some point. Matic's like the one that looks like it's freaking falling off a cliff. Wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole at the moment, but let's actually look at we looked at that earlier for a second, but that daily too. I mean, I think, man, it looks like you're going to come back to at least. I mean, you hit off 50 cents here. It looks like you're going to make a lower low. Matic Bitcoin's interesting. I mean, this is almost a bull case for it because it bounces within these ranges. And I remember for the longest time I was talking about, like, this is going to top out against Bitcoin. It's going to top out again against Bitcoin. I mean, I didn't call the exact kind of top on Matic, obviously, but, that was a good place. Price respects those areas. And now this is like a freaking, 65% drop down. Pretty good. Pretty interesting. Here could be a potential because, let's say ETH dumps another like 30% against Bitcoin. I mean, I know this is going to sound freaking Armageddon, but there's not much to latch onto, This looks like it's just getting started on the. Well, you may get the bull div. There. What about the 25-hour alts starting net? So the DCA, I'm not going to start yet, but I do have a list in the premium Discord that I posted a shopping list for them. We'll talk about it more when the time comes. But I mean, man, the thing with alts too is like, you don't have to be no altcoin, aficionado expert, to really make money, with alts in the next bull run. You don't have to, some of them with better fundamentals are going to do worse than some of them with worse fundamentals. You know what I mean? Like some of it's luck. And you just need to be diversified in stuff that isn't going to rug pull you at the end of the day for a lot of, stuff with decent, there's a lot of alts out there. Like I got a whole list right now. I'm going to read it quickly to you. AR, Filecoin, Z. Filecoin I'm hesitant on. I got to see what the hell happens with that. Zcash I'm also kind of hesitant on because that is just done nothing. Monero I would be more inclined now. These lists change a little bit. If I was buying altcoins months ago, I would have got wrecked, especially with Zcash and Filecoin, I think. Let's look at Filecoin. Especially with Zcash. Filecoin might have recovered a little bit, yeah. But still, man, that drop right there, not too good. Could be bottoming out. I mean, dude, it's only, you guys make your own decisions. I mean, it's not, my concern is this is not a true bull div back here. So I think you need one more. VeChain. Yeah, VeChain's on my list, I believe. VeChain's got some, AVAX, Cosmos, Link. I mean, even ICP's on my list, HBAR's on my list, ARB's got some potential. I gotta tell you, because some of these freaking, just imagine if you were buying, I'm so glad I didn't buy altcoins. Because just imagine, you were buying this here. Oh, man. Because you would be up to almost double with, Bitcoin, and you'd be dead. You know what I mean? You got to be careful with these, man. You got to be careful with some of these. You got to be careful. Like, this is like, this is dangerous. Price target. I don't give that because it's unfair to the people that are in the paying Discord, man. I would tell you. You'll see once it hits it. I kind of said it inadvertently. If I have a trade of 1K USDT, I would start the chart. Yeah, well, that's the secret is you just gotta, it's not like, to be completely honest, I crank up the leverage a lot to have fun kind of and to sometimes just attract more people. But you don't need to be using this high of leverage to do a $100,000 position or 90 something K position. It's a scalp trade. Jason Casper will tell you about this. He does trades like this all the time. I'm just betting, probably $600. Well, it's $500 or $600 that it'll hit one point before it hits another point. Yeah, that's such a tough question. Omid, we break 31K or see. I'm more in the ballpark. We're going to see a pullback. The odds are lower that we're going to keep pumping up to 35 or 37K. Right now, it could change. I don't have a crystal ball, but right now it seems like the odds are lower. Cowan's been right. Cowan's one of my favorite analysts. He's an amazing guy. I've talked to Cowan. I love Cowan. Shout out to Ben Cowan. Very smart. Just very, the man is, it is very talented. All those charts, all this stuff he came up with on his, I probably was one of his first lifetime members in his community in his Telegram group or whatever. But yeah, separate podcast. Oh wow, that's awesome, Red Monster. Yeah, yeah. I want to definitely have some guests on the podcast. I definitely want to do more vlogs. Sometimes I get a little bit of writer's block. What I want to talk about in the vlogs. Sometimes it seems a little a little bit repetitive, but I definitely am going to do more of them. It's kind of the thing too, just into life advice is you just gotta I learned from Andrew Kirby, another amazing guy, by the way. I learned from him, procrastination a lot of times is just fear of failure, it's kind of just fear of failure, procrastinate, just a fear of, and you just got to try. And a lot of things may not go, the way you want, but you just got to keep trying. And that's, that's part of the thing. It's kind of like a Bitcoin chart here. Look at this. It trends out, it goes up with time, but there's tons of nightmares here. It drops it's a bumpy ride, but you just gotta you just got to try. I mean, you're never gonna really be fully prepared to do the things you want to do. Sometimes you just gotta try and fail, and then try again. That was a quote on the principal or the president of my high school's like door. Try, fail, try again, fail better, which means improve. You know, you may not. He's saying you may not get it the next time, but you should improve. You got a good shot of improving. Um, where do we get up for Bitcoin right now? Oh man, we're still that point's giving us some trouble here. But I think we're gonna, yeah, I think we're gonna be all right. Hopefully, at 26, we might get that. Some of these trigger wave. Gap to RSI, yeah, I talk about that in the course, not to try to shill the course. We're moving over the course to a new website. I added actually another lesson on volume profiles. I'm adding another lesson on traditional TA in the course as well. So yeah, but yeah, Cowan's a great guy. Illuvium, yeah, it's just like it's the question here is really what you're is like if Bitcoin jumps to 37K, these could come off a bit, obviously. Will it bleed against Bitcoin? It'll probably still bleed against Bitcoin because it's a Bitcoin dominant rally. This is a head and shoulders almost forming. This is actually on one of my my altcoin list on as one of the lists I like, but this is kind of a head and shoulders. 25 maybe. I mean, it's possible. I mean, based on that head and shoulders, maybe. I mean, you do have the weekly kind of bull div. Yeah, you do have a weekly. Is that a true bull div? Yeah, it's a bull div, but we'll see. I mean, that could be the buy. Absolutely could be a bottom. I mean, I think there's some good fundamentals on this, but it's tough too. Once you, I mean, you're still alive here, but if you were to come down, nah, you'd still be alive at 24 too. I mean, things have come down 98% and keep going on. Yes, the lot. Well, so you're gonna get you're gonna get an email with a thing to make a new password. But your email is gonna be in the system. We're working on migrating over the users. It's a we're moving it to a platform that's much better for course creation, which is good. And I wanted to kind of get off of WordPress because it's just it crashes all the time. We had trouble with WordPress and people got mad about it, and it wasn't anything wrong I did. It's just WordPress. The damn plugins just screw up. What's my education background? Money analysis. I have a I have a degree in broadcasting, a degree in broadcast journalism from the University of Miami. I also majored in political science. Definitely learned a lot of social skills out of that. I didn't take I've never taken an economics or a finance class in my life. Some people would probably, some of the academics, some people would probably say, it makes me uneducated. Most of this is self-taught. I did learn editing, learned some good things in college. I wouldn't knock college too much. I mean, very expensive, but I definitely learned a lot. If I had to do it again, there probably would have been alternatives where I could have learned a lot more and had a lot more fun in life than going to college. I learned a lot in terms of TA, a lot from CryptoFace, a lot from Jason Casper, some stuff from Garrett Soloway I've learned. For more macro stuff, a lot of stuff from Ben Cowan I've learned, especially economic stuff too. You can learn everything for free on YouTube, and a lot of this stuff on the internet is more like up-to-date information. Like college, economics is more older stuff a lot of times in that curriculum. So yeah, and I mean, I know people with like masters of finance, YouTubers that have like masters of finance who say like, I learn more from YouTube. I learn more from, getting out there and trying to do it on my own, trial and error a lot of times. So yeah, I mean, what's that? Yeah, clips. Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday on the stream. I mean, I don't think it's a terrible idea. I just like my thought process is like I just look at these freaking charts and just like if I look at Cardano Bitcoin, I'm just like, oh man, because I know people that bought this up here and 84% against Bitcoin. You know what I mean? But I think at this point, it's not a terrible place to get in. I mean, if we do, if ETH comes, I think it's gonna be another 30%, maybe worst case another 50 kind of. I'm hoping you make a higher high with this. That'd be like we're like in a simulation because it's like the same exact crap. You know what I mean? I just want to see something here. If we were to, oh, that's interesting. Okay, that'd mean this is the time to buy. New site. It's gonna be the same website. Well, we're gonna wrap element where it's gonna be. I'll give you the. It's gonna be the same website. But there's gonna be like a downtime for a day or two. I don't. My guy is still working on some stuff. I don't know exactly when. It's gonna be down for a day or two. But I'll give you the. It's gonna be down for a day or two, but you won't have to have it be down. You're gonna get an email with the new site address. It's gonna be like through the course site, and you're gonna be able to set a new password and log in. So yeah. I looked at Algorand. I would stay away from it right now. It's scary to me, man. It's like, I mean, you're hitting that big point, but it's still like, man, pandemic lows. You don't even have a bull div on the weekly. I'd be waiting for at least the next one here. All roads point to September. I mean, if you're a risk taker and you want to give it a shot and you really believe in it, I don't see an issue. I don't see a problem with it, but I just don't know if this is bottoming out against Bitcoin, and I think even if it is already, I mean, how much are you going to miss out if you waited until September, October here? I mean, you do have the bull div there. You got the yellow. It could be bottoming out against Bitcoin. I mean, it's tough, man. I don't know. Weekly, I don't like. I mean, you could get one or two more yellow X's there. Oh, man, we're dumping down a little bit. Oh, man. Man, I thought we'd come up a little bit more. So it looks like more of the bearish things are definitely playing out here. I mean, hopefully, a lot of times you do, especially in these, you get that double bottom there and you come up a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, it's just one trade. It's all about risk management. I was hoping we'd see something nice in the stream. Sometimes you get bad luck with the streams. But you're about to get the bull div on the 45 there. So, yeah, we really need the bounce off of here, which you should get some type of reaction off of the POC, I would hope. Yeah, 22 was good. Yeah, we're gonna add at least one more. Like, I added a video on volume profile, and maybe one or two more. Worthless, yeah. It's mainly outdated information because the world is always changing. The stuff taught to you in economics is probably it's probably very boring. It's just regurgitating information. I mean. That's what I would say. I think if you have a passion, you could kind of learn a lot of it on your own here. I mean, man, we're on some, hopefully we'll get some reaction here. Maybe not. I mean, my ETH short is doing good right now. ETH short's doing good. Bitcoin, so I'll make up for this. Bitcoin Cash short. Man, it was a good setup though. Like, yeah, it's like just how it works. Like, it was such a good long setup. I mean, you could say it was a little bit of greed, but taking profits here would have been just not a good risk-reward ratio. So at this point, you're just hoping for jumping up a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, Bitcoin slot 1. So you've been in the game for a while. Appreciate you. Yeah, I really appreciate CF. Great guy. Yeah, I mean, if you want to work a 9 to 5 job, yeah, resume, that type of stuff matters. But if you want to have a business, I mean, it's more about what can you provide. Friday. What was worth some max tester? Was worth some money from, you're talking about the, oh, okay. Too risky right now. Yeah, this might get stopped out here, unfortunately. Yeah, just got stopped out. That's tough, man. Now we got the kind of the head and shoulders right there to potentially break down, so it's tough. Still in the Bitcoin Cash short, so yeah. If we lose, yeah, we're probably gonna hit this area now. If we lose this, I mean, I'm happy because I'm in this. I'm in the ETH, so that's 2 out of 3 is probably gonna win here, which is great. That's still profitable. Right there. Wow. This is going to be a significant point. I do have a take profit. Yeah, it's about to shit. It's about to hit a take profit for the East short. Yeah, the 2-week golden, 200-week golden cross. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really. There's so many things you could look at. I mean, now we're getting a reaction off of there, and we're probably, yeah. Here's where, yeah. This is where you may see some type of reaction. Dumping. Heavy shorts and just very nice. See you, man. See you, Steven. Did you just buy ADA? Where did you just buy ADA? Oh, what is? Hold on a second. Jeez. No, we're okay. We're not down that. Yeah, well, you're hitting this area. Hopefully, this isn't good, guys. Yeah, if we lose, you're probably gonna see some type of reaction off of this area, but we're on thin ice here. If we lose this area, I mean, what you would be looking for is potentially for a 22-minute bull div, maybe a 30, but the money flow is not really coming up on the 30. I don't know if I would take the long here, at least not yet. I got stopped out of that one. I mean, whenever I live stream, sometimes you get a little. You guys are hunting my stop losses here. Give me a. Hold on a second. I just want to. Well, there's not an outcome. I do have the Bitcoin Cash short and the ETH short in, so an outcome on that. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, special likes, guys. Appreciate you, man. 29.5. So you may get about, yeah. Well, 29.5. Hold on. That'd be right. Yeah, that's a significant kind of. I mean, if we lose this, if you lose that, you're coming most likely that area. But now you're seeing, yeah, you're seeing that jump right there. Made a lower low. I mean, first impression here, not too bueno. But we are reclaiming 30. We are reclaiming 30. Let's look at, this is probably just continuing to, ooh. Yeah, this is just, ooh. ETH and alts are just getting decimated, man. I want to just look at total 3. Right there, 2 week. I mean, this is a pretty good chart right here. I mean, make it simple. Heiken-Ashi's turning green, getting to alts there. At that point. I mean, I don't. It's when it's turning green. You know, I mean, the estimate. All roads point to September, October. BNB drop. Let's look at BNB. I haven't looked at that. I always appreciate the likes, guys, and check out the Discord down below if you're interested. You obviously already do that, but yeah, let's look at BNB because that one, for obvious reasons, I mean, has been getting hit hard and technical reasons too, fundamental and technical reasons. Yeah. Oh man. Oh man, yeah. This is coming down. I think Crypto Bullzone in the Discord. It's to me and two other pro analysts in the Discord. Is was or still is, I believe. I can't even look at what. Oh, Europe. Why is it? It was short on this, which is yeah. I mean, ugh. I don't know. Do you guys think this will survive? I mean, you think Sushi Swap will be around in a few years? I don't know. BNB is going down. Yeah. Yeah, we got one technical target. I mean, let's do it exact. Right around 176. The next technical target after that, 115. I mean, and even at that point, you wouldn't even. I mean, that's a typical down 83. I mean, nothing goes up. Nothing goes up forever, guys. We could even do a larger like. Just to go like, oh yeah, because we're hitting this big point, and then, I mean, you could, yeah, I would do the channel area. I mean, this would give you a, I really you would want to, yeah, like that, but it would still give you the same kind of technical target area. That's 65. Okay, I don't think it's gonna. I mean, hopefully it won't go down that low. That's gonna be a nightmare, geez. But they do go down that low. That's typical of all coins in bear markets. They do go down typically 80-90%, if not more. They could come up more. So yeah, all of the swaps then stick around. Maybe they'll come back. I don't know. What is Cardano doing at the? Is everything dumping still? Ooh, 26 cents. Ouch. 22 is the low. We might end up back there quicker than. What is Bitcoin? Hold on a second here. All right, we're getting a little jump, yeah. Probably jump up a little bit potentially. I don't know. Things are getting more bearish though, guys. Things are definitely getting more bearish. That's the thing too, Kevin. You can find most coins on exchanges. If you take 100 and trade 1% moves. Yeah, easier said than done, Max Tester. But yeah. And that jump right there. Yeah, it may get a little bit more boring. Definitely may get a little bit more boring. And by the way, guys, if you want an exchange to trade on with no KYC, no VPN, people have been asking me a lot, you know, what should I use now that BITGET's kind of out of the question for a lot of people. Check out my link down below for FAIRDESK. We're still doing a promo where one person who signs up this week and deposits any amount will get a $100 bonus. With FAIRDESK, also MEXC, I think we are finishing up a trading competition right now. Could be the last day or two to get in on that, so check that out down below. MEXC, you still don't need to use a VPN, I believe. Days are kind of numbered on that, though, but there's definitely no KYC. And with MEXC, there's the trading competition. Zero limit fees down with my link as well down below, so check it out. Only long, yeah. Yeah, on a minute, it's more of a bit of a hedge, but yeah. Now we got the little jump, and then you just came down farther, but yeah. Coming up a little bit here, so be kind of a local bottom. May see the same crap kind of happen over the next like day or two. Maybe come back to the top of this high or something. You know, in terms of a trade, just trying to think here. Don't know. Maybe 6-minute bull div or something. Bring you up a little bit. After that one, it stopped out. But yeah. Anyway, guys, let's see. That's that trajectory downward. And then, but man, some of these are really getting just obliterated. How's Matic holding? Jeez. Yeah, you're not even anywhere. How's Litecoin? It's probably holding up better. Still coming down, but yeah. This could be it, guys. This could be it. Yeah, not looking too good on Litecoin. FFT. Oh, this. Oh, okay. It's coming back. It's coming back. Yeah, because of the news or whatever. They recover. I don't know what's good. Do you guys know what's going to happen with that? Like, is there a real possibility people get like 80% of their money back that they had on there? I covered $6 billion. Where'd that money even come from? I thought it was all lost. Yeah, it looks pretty good on the weekly. They're coming back. They're coming back. No. Oh yeah, Bitcoin dominance. It's pumping. I think you could break up to 56 pretty quickly. I think you're probably going to get up to 60 December, October. We'll see though. Man, we're coming down. That's almost forming on ETH. A nice bear pennant. Nice bear pennant. We did hit the first take profit, so I could show you guys. I'll show you guys if you're interested in the Discord. I'll show you like the trade sale. Hopefully I won't give away too much, but we did have all right, so you're not supposed to see that one. So we did have the short setup last night. I didn't give the actual like short. I gave the picture of it, which was a nice Bitcoin short setup. CBZ was in on that one. He shorted Sushi Swap too, and then put in a small, like this was a trade, you know, for the swing shorts, I was kind of going to DCA into it a little bit, but I'm still happy. It was a nice winner. So you get to add to it risk-free at this point too. As well, here's the one that got stopped out. So, I mean, not everything is going to win. I mean, it's all about hedging your bets. I mean, that was a good, like, the thing is, like, 7 out of 10 times, that probably would have won. And, I mean, it did come pretty freaking close to winning there, so it's kind of how it is. And then Critical Zone, Lana Core, and we might have one other add somebody into the premium charts. May also add in an NFT expert here. So, really great community. A lot of people have been really loving it. So, yeah, I mean, don't want to show it too much, but check it out if you're interested. There's some free channels as well. Link down below. You could argue, you know, you're kind of forming bear pennant or something here, or I mean, you could obviously drop down, or if you come up, you come up back to there. That's probably what's going to happen. It's going to take some time though, usually. Overall, a little more bearish in my opinion. I mean, to that point, that 2-day, man. Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know, but it's looking like to me that you're probably going to lose 30K. It may take time. I mean, we may recover a bit here, but yeah. I mean, if we lose this area, then I mean, we coiled up a bit. We coiled up, and now kind of a weird head and shoulders. I mean, there, and then volume area high. And after that, we'll see. But it's just Bitcoin's just being eating up everything right now. Because then once like this rally, a lot of this rally was focused on all it's being sold and converted into Bitcoin. And then once you come down, which you finally will, a lot more stuff is going to be put in, Bitcoin's going to, more people are going to sell alts than Bitcoin. So yeah. Options expire, okay. I don't really look at the options expiry stuff, but yeah, you may get a jump here. I mean, right now you should consolidate and then jump up. We'll see though. And you don't think we'll lose 30K ever, or or it's just like gonna take longer? I mean, a lot of this jump up too from here, and I've been talking about for the longest time that this area was huge. 24.8 was just a huge, huge area. A lot of that jump up, guys, was the ETF news. A lot of it was that. Now price is kind of factored in on that. Jay Powell was talking about raising, 2 months back to back now. Now we're in more of like hawkish type of, stuff. The other thing too is cattle. Let's look at cattle. Look at cattle here. Inflation's finally starting to come down, hopefully. I think Garrett Soloway was talking about how Powell wants housing prices and rent prices to come down too. His guess was 20% they could come down. I think he might be spot on that. I think he might be right. 20% drop down for real estate potentially. I'm hoping for it. That'd be nice too. You do have a bear div on cattle. Money flow is still strong though. Maybe a few more months of this, but I think as we enter a more deflationary period, we're going to come down. Our bulls, cattles, yeah, if they use them for the commodity. I think, are they? Cows? Do they eat bull? I think they do slaughter and eat bulls too. I think it's not just cows. But yeah. So yeah, there's that one. Ooh, this guy's seeing something. Back down to here. So on render, if you were to, and the neckline is in, I'm trying to figure out this neckline. Yeah, it's about there. From that area, your most typical technical first thing they teach you in TA school. Tail target 125. $30, yeah, bulls are being slaughtered at the moment. Especially the altcoin bulls. Anybody want a long at the exact top here? If you did, it's okay. We all make mistakes. How about traditional markets? Tesla. SPY down, yeah. Not really. This is a slow mover. 435. Came out to that point. Yeah. Thing was, SPX M2 is interesting. Because versus M2 money supply, this is a pretty significant point back here, pre-pandemic. I mean, that's a big area. That's really we got back to almost the highest we've been versus money, M2 money. So you, as Mark Douglas says, you got to always be prepared to lose 4 or 5 trades in a row. I don't know an exact number, probably 5, 6 trades. You get bad luck like that. You sometimes definitely can lose 5, 6 trades in a row. It's not too often. you know, usually you want to kind of, you may not be using, if you're losing 6 trades in a row, you got to kind of reevaluate your strategy, reevaluate, you know, what's going on with what you're looking at. But yeah, we had the big move now. Now it's probably going to get a bit more boring. I'm trying to think here. So yeah, I'm probably gonna wrap it up in a minute, guys. Been on quite a while, an hour and a half now. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely more bearish than it was. We absolutely could, you know, jump off at 30K some more here. I just hit a first take profit on my ETH short, so I'm gonna go lock that in. And then, oh, let's look at Bitcoin Cash. Imagine if this is just pumping while everything else is dumping. No, good. Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash. I forget where my first. I forget where I was looking. It was down more. Okay, yeah. Okay, I've got time before you hit first take profit for that. Still looks pretty bearish here. Bitcoin Cash. A lot of people are shorting it though, so be careful with the funding fees. But yeah, Bitcoin Cash. I'm trying to think AVAX. Let's look at AVAX. I haven't looked at it. I don't think I've looked at it. Ooh. Okay, we're still. Right there. Yeah, it's just if we could get that to play out. I mean, if we just had a pretty big 2-hour yellow X, so we'll see. I mean, this is kind of a make or break moment because if we can't hold 30K here, if we can't hold that area right there, that's going to be kind of an issue. But it's looking like we could come up a bit more here potentially. Maybe that 6 minute. I mean, if you could break above this pocket, then you're back there, which we're kind of playing. You know, we're playing a little bit of ping pong here lately, so. Yeah. Anyway, guys, check out the link down below for FAIRDESK. One person who deposits with my link gets a $100 bonus. I mean, probably not too many people are in deposit. So if you deposit and make one futures trade, you got a good shot of getting it. I think it ends. It says when it ends down below, I believe. MEXC, the trading competition ends pretty soon with MEXC with my link. 0 limit fees, so check that out if you guys are experienced traders, if you guys are interested. And also check out the Discord for a lot of exclusive TA, trade setup, stop losses, all that from me and 2 other pro analysts. So really appreciate you guys. Hit the like button and follow me on Twitter as well, Instagram. Yeah, have a good one, guys.